on, y'all? AFO back again. It's a little late, let a day go by, watch some NFL on a Sunday, and talk about the Vols game. Big game for our Vols. We could have proved something here, and I think we did in the first half at least. And then it just fell downhill from there. Started off with like literally the second play of the game. We got a fumble return for a touchdown, and that started it off right. Tennessee fans were all happy because, their defense is stout, and we knew that coming in, and we needed a big play to stop them, and we did, and we went out and took the lead. They eventually took it back and tied it up, and first half we played well, and, we got to give credit to the defense. They were stopping the run effectively. This is at least the first half, stopping the run effectively, stopping Stetson Bennett a little bit. They were letting him get around the corner and whatnot. He was shiftier and faster than I thought he was going to be, if I'm being honest with you. But Georgia would take a lead, we'd punch right back. Oh man, excuse me. But Josh Palmer, you can't say enough good things about him. Caught 2 touchdowns, just snagged over 2 dudes, especially the second one. That second one was amazing when how he had his foot down. Easily one of the top receivers, I think, in the SEC. I don't know about the country, but I think he's one of the top in the SEC for sure. And Garantano, his one saving grace for him is he can throw a pretty effective deep ball, albeit maybe not consistently, but when he does throw a good one, he throws a good one. And he's probably one of the better ones at that, I guess. And I don't know how, we could talk about Garantano as Vols fans and whether or not he's good or whatever. In my opinion, he's reached his ceiling, and his ceiling is he played well the first half, despite us not being able to run the ball pretty well. He played pretty well. And then you saw in the second half, we had a lead 21-17, got the ball, and we fumbled the ball, albeit the O-line played like garbage. They weren't playing up to their potential, and Garantano fumbled it, and our defense stepped up, held him to a field goal. Next drive, Garantano, that's all on him. It was 3rd and 2, we pass it. It's like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, we pass it, and take the sack. Just take the sack there. Don't throw a pick, or don't throw it up, and he ends up throwing a pick. And that's all on Garantano. And Garantano, in my opinion, this is something for the off season or something like that. But I don't think he played. I mean, he played pretty bad, but I think the whole offense played pretty bad in the second half. If I'm being honest with you, and obviously we need a game changer at QB, and that just really showed in the second half when we need someone to make a play. Garantano, I mean, he's not that. He's reached his ceiling, and that's just all I have on that. I think Maurer can make the big play, but at the same time he can also, at least from what he's shown, he can make the big play, but he's also could be inconsistent and throw a pick. You know, and you could possibly live with that or possibly not. We won't know until next year whether when him, Shroud, or Harrison Bailey, the big one, the big 5-star kid, when they come in, we'll figure that out next year if they can take us to the next level because we need that on our offense. We thought we had one of the best O lines in the SEC, and against that stout Georgia defense, they didn't really show too much, but I felt like our defense played pretty well. They held them. We held them to 2 field goals, and we were still only down 2 after those 2 turnovers. And then it just kind of paddled on from there. They had the touchdown pass to go up 9, and then we just kind of fell apart right there right before the fourth quarter started. And got a lot to work on, especially on our defense. We just don't have that depth yet, like Georgia does, and like maybe a Florida does. And Florida lost too, but they still have a high-powered offense, and their defense actually ain't that good. But as Tennessee fans, all we can hope for is if we want to win the East, we got to keep winning. I'm not too worried about Auburn. Auburn, they played like crap last week against Georgia. I think they barely beat Arkansas. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Arkansas. I don't know who. I think I was thinking of Mississippi State, but that's besides the point. But Tennessee fans, we can just hope Georgia keeps losing. But I don't know. They can beat Alabama next week. If I'm being honest, I think they can beat Alabama. Alabama had no defense against Ole Miss of all teams yesterday. And, thank the Lord for Najee Harris ran like 5 touchdowns, I think. But That's all we can hope for. And, we just don't have the depth yet on defense. And once Pruitt gets his team in, we still probably have a year left. And I think we've reached the point where we can beat the teams we need to beat, which is why I'm kind of confident about this game this week against Kentucky. We've reached the point where we shouldn't be losing to little teams, but the next step is beating the big teams, and that just didn't happen today, or not today. Happened Saturday at least. I'm a day late, but whatever. We just haven't took that next step yet. And that's the thing we're probably going to have to do if we can't do it this year. It'll happen hopefully next year when we get back to our regular schedule and whatnot. Because I think we could have beat Oklahoma this year. Oklahoma's not, Spencer Rattler, he's not the Heisman candidate most people thought he would be. So I think we could beat them. We had some good showouts. Josh Palmer, he's probably the star of the day. And then on defense, the defense played admirably, if I can say that, if I can get the word out. But, overall, we're just not there yet with the top tier teams. Just got to build the depth, get some more superstar players. That's all we can hope for. Gray and Chandler didn't really start doing anything, and that's a product of the O line not doing too well. And we've just got a little whiles to go, and it's really all I got. Bennett went off. Bennett, got to give him props on that. We held the run pretty well, in my opinion, but it just wasn't enough. And we held Pickens in check. 14 yards, but Bennett did good off the play action. Play action set up well, and he game managed pretty well, which is what most people think he is. But I think he's a little better than that. So just give props to Georgia for doing that. Maybe they'll beat Alabama next week. And for Tennessee's sake, I hope they don't, but I feel like they can because Alabama played like trash. And there's not really too much to look at in terms of tackles. I mean, or at least on the stats, at least not tackles. But DeAndre Johnson got ejected first quarter, and that was a dumb play by him to hit him that late. I don't think he should have got ejected, but that was a dumb play by him, and you can't put yourself in that position. So that kind of ruined him. That's our easily the best pass rusher we have, one of the best in the SEC too. So that could have had a big effect, but at the same time, the defense played well the first 3 quarters, their first 2.5 quarters, essentially. So you can't really blame that. But that's really all I have is it's disappointing, but Georgia was the better team. They've had a year or two. Kirby Smart's had a year or two on Pruitt to build his team around him and just do what he needs to do. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. What do y'all think? Yeah, thank y'all for watching. God bless. AFO is out.